spend a couple of crochet days together. Typically in a week I have a couple of days where I can do all things crochet related, whether that's writing patterns, editing, filming for tutorials, filming for vlogs, actually crocheting, the list goes on. And so I thought I could bring you along with me for the next couple of days. Also, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Rajan, aka Not Half Bad Crochet, and I post a bunch of crochet content like crochet day vlogs, day in the lives, process videos for different projects I'm working on, tutorials. So if you like that kind of thing, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. Obviously, give this video a little like, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I would also love to know what you guys are working on at the moment, project wise, whether you knit or crochet, you craft, you sew, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm always really intrigued what everyone is working on around these kind of like transitional times of year, because I know some people, depending on where you live, like the weather is really warm or it's still a little bit chilly. So let me know, are you working on spring and summer stuff? Are you still working on like cozy things? Because yeah, I'm really intrigued. I don't have a huge amount on my agenda for the next couple of days, which is great, because usually when I have a crochet day I have loads of shit that I need to do. And funnily enough, I'm actually kind of finishing up and wrapping up on 2 separate projects, which you will see like a process video or a project video for each of these things. One of them I actually will be doing a pattern for, so maybe they'll be out by the time this vlog comes out. I don't know. Obviously if one of them or both of them have, I will link them both in the description. Both these projects have kind of come to a close at around the same time, and if you know me, you know that I don't work on multiple projects at once. Like I'm not a multiple whip kind of girl. I am one project, I'll finish it, I'll move on to the next one, which is why I don't have like kind of endless whips, and why I don't have like, you know, a whip pile, because I can't, you know, separate my focus like that. For me personally, I'm like, I need to work on one thing at a time, because I get too kind of overwhelmed if I've got too many potential options of things for me to work on. So yeah, I don't usually have more than one project, but the one project I was working on, I was waiting for like the hardware to arrive. I'm working on a little jacket and I needed the zipper to arrive. So whilst I was waiting for the zipper to arrive, I started on a new project, and somehow I have like, you know, sped through this project so fucking fast. And I don't know how, but it's happened. But yeah, both of these projects have now kind of finished at around a similar time. Not complaining, not mad at it, but it's just odd for me for that to happen. So let me show you the projects and what I'm gonna do, what I need to finish, and how I'm gonna like close them off basically. So the first one is my little asymmetrical jacket, and if you have caught any of my recent crochet day vlogs, you have seen that I basically used a old project of mine, frogged it, and I've turned it into this. Also, if you do want to catch any of my older crochet day vlogs, I will link a couple in the description for you to have a look. But yeah, this is the jacket. It's like a really fun asymmetrical fastening. It's got this double-sided zipper on it, and it is officially finished. I think it looks so good, so fucking fun, and all I need to do now is wash it. I've woven in the ends, I have attached my hardware, it looks really fucking cool. I absolutely love this stitch pattern. I love how it looks with this variegated yarn. I'm really excited to wear this, because I think, yeah, where we're in the kind of transitional weather period, springtime, kind of nearing summertime, it still gets like a little bit chilly in the evening, and like if the sun's not out, it's still a little bit cold. So I feel like this is going to be the perfect option to have for when it does get a little bit chilly. There is no pattern for this one, purely because I don't want to make one and it would be very difficult. So that is project number 1. I'm going to bung this in the washing machine shortly, and yeah, I love it. It looks so good. And then project number 2 is this really cute little tie front cardigan. This is the one that I was working on whilst I was waiting for like my zipper to arrive, and I don't know how I've managed to like get so much of it done in such a short space of time, but it's a little kind of v-neck cropped cardigan, very spring sort of vibes. It's got a really fun, beautiful colorway, which is super easy, and this is the one that I'm doing a pattern for. So if you do want the pattern, if it's out, I will link it in the description. But it's basically a really cute tie front cardigan with these like ties on the sleeves. The ties look a little bit cray at the moment just because of all the ends, and because I did the ties quite tight, so they've curled up a little bit, but it'll be fine. Once I like block it and stuff, it'll be okay. So I have very nearly finished with this. I've basically finished my second sleeve. I just need to add the ties on the sleeve and then the ties on the front of the cardigan. I basically finished. Like, this is going to take me not long at all, maybe like an hour or hour and a half to kind of finish it up. So once it's finished, I'm gonna block it, but it looks really fun. And the best thing about this pattern is that obviously we have 3 colors, but the way that I kind of change color on each row, you don't cut off the yarn, meaning you don't have like a million ends to weave in. So if you do want to know how to do it, I do have a written pattern coming, and the written pattern is going to come with like a visual guide, because I know there are a lot of people who only really learn through like visual instructions, which is fine, you know. I think a lot of us learn how to crochet from YouTube and stuff, and we maybe struggle to transition into a written pattern, but it'll be a written pattern with a visual guide on how to do the stitch pattern and how to like, how you basically work the yarn so that you don't have to, you know, cut it off after each row and that you don't have to weave in a million ends. So yeah, that's this. That's this. It's going well. It looks really cute. Weather wise, this is actually again really perfect because it is a nice little like springtime cardigan. I feel like this over a little like summer dress is gonna look so cute with like a little maxi skirt as well. This is gonna look so cute even just like over a little like white t-shirt and jeans, a little like, you know, little tank top and shorts. I think this is gonna be so adorable, and I feel like everyone's gonna be able to get really creative with their color palettes as well, because obviously it's 3 colors. I feel like this stitch with the different colors looks so fun. So yeah, everyone can get really creative with their color palettes. You can obviously do it all one color as well, but why not do multiple colors? Why not live a little? And so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna work on this and then I am going to block it and then I am going to do something else. I actually don't know what my next project is going to be. I need to consult my little notebook. I'm looking forward to it, whatever it may be. I know I've got some good ideas. So yeah, let's hang out together. I actually just had to wait for my partner to leave the flat because he was leaving for the office. And if you've got a partner who has ADHD, particularly if you're autistic like yourself and you have an ADHD partner, like anytime that they need to leave the house, it's just like it's a whole thing. The way he just like ricochets off of like every room in the flat, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. Because I was like, I want to film some more, and he was like, oh, I need to go into the bedroom. And obviously like he can come in, it's fine, it's obviously his flat as well, but like I would prefer a little bit of privacy. And also I get really easily distracted, so if he's here I'm like very aware of like what he's doing, you know. So yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna wait for you to go because that's just getting silly, and we've got such a limited amount of space in this flat. I was just like, I'm just gonna sit in the corner, you do what you need to do, and then when you leave I will carry on. Anyway, all of this to say, I ordered some yarn, okay? Where's my address so I don't dox myself? But I bought some yarn. It's a very big bag, but I'm a big girl, okay? I know I said I wasn't gonna buy any yarn this year, but the Wool Factory had a discount on some of the yarn that I basically, let me actually just put this down. So this yarn, the New Fashion DK by Woolcraft, I got it from the Wool Factory. This is the color that I got for my partner for a Christmas gift that I made for him 2 years ago now. And I have a bunch of this yarn left over, and I have said to him, like, I can make you another project with this yarn. He has been saying that he really likes the idea of having like a patchwork sweater, maybe like a patchwork Tunisian crochet sweater. And I was like, cool. They have this yarn on sale. The Wool Factory have this yarn on sale at the moment, and the sale ended I think at the end of March. So I was, no, end of, what month are we in? We in May? End of April I think it ended. So I was like, okay, let me see what colors they have that you would want and let me order them. Obviously I had to order yarn for myself as well, because 1 present for somebody else, 2 for me, because I love myself and I'm obviously going to buy myself a present. So I got my partner some yarn. This is the original colour in the sweater that that I made him, and then I got these 2 additional colours for his sweater. It's like a really nice kind of bottle green and then this beautiful chocolate brown. So I'm gonna make him a sweater at some point. It'll probably be like a Christmas gift, but my partner is quite selective when it comes to sweaters and jumpers and stuff, so it probably won't be a surprise, because I really do kind of need to consult him on like what he wants, because he is, like I said, very particular, and he's particular about like the kind of very like minute details, which is fine, because I'd much rather him be particular and tell me exactly what he wants rather than crochet him a sweater that he's not like 100% in love with. So yeah, so this is the yarn that I got for my partner, cute. And then for myself I got this colorway, which is looking a bit like, you know, I need you to give this colorway a chance, because I personally, and I talked about this in my April monthly favorites video, and April? Apple. Yeah, in my April monthly favorites video, where I really love curating a unique and fun color palette. I kind of mentioned it a little bit. I want to kind of delve into talking about how to curate a fun and funky color palette that works for you, but that also kind of like speaks to you, is a good way of like expressing yourself. As somebody who, you know, wears a lot of color, is very kind of bold in their color choices, I do it in a very intentional way, you know. So I think I really love curating color palettes, especially when they involve unconventional combinations of colors, and they look good. I don't think I've ever crocheted something where I've been like, oh, the color palette isn't great. Maybe like the one or two things in the early days of me crocheting, but I think I'm very good at curating a color palette. And I think sometimes people love color, they just don't know what to put together. So I made you like a little guide, I made you like a little video on how I put things together and offer some advice basically. But yeah, this is the color palette for like a sweater number 1 that I want to do. I feel like it's really cute. It's got some like jewel tones. You've got this really beautiful kind of almost like heather blue, teal kind of color, this beautiful bright pink, and then this like kind of royal aubergine purple, and I think they look so good together. And then this is the next color palette, a trio of purpley pink shades with a beautiful chocolate brown. We have this kind of like cute lilac, this chocolate brown, which is the same chocolate brown that my partner has in his sweater, this kind of like, I don't really know what to call this shade, like a berry purple, and then this like blush, very cool toned pink. Like I would say that's more of a pink, and I don't really wear cool tones, and I think the lilac and the blush color are cool toned, and I think they just look really good together. I think this would look so fun as a sweater. So yeah, another kind of relatively unconventional color palette I think, but I think it's gonna look really good together. So yeah, that's all the yarn that I got. I basically got 2 of each color for each sweater, so I have a total of 800 grams, and then I got what I think will be enough for my partner for his sweater. But now I have to figure out where the fuck to put it. I obviously forget, like yarn is quite big and quite chunky, so I might have to put this like in a bag and just put it like in the back of my wardrobe, because obviously where we're moving into summer, I'm not going to be crocheting with this anytime soon, and I obviously have some other ideas for sweaters and stuff, which to be fair I can use this yarn for. So yeah, now I have to figure out where to put it, but that's the yarn. I'm gonna deal with this later. I don't want to deal with it now, so and I'm going to put my washing on, and I'm gonna work on the rest of my cardigan, hopefully get that finished, and then I'll get it blocking and then figure out what project I want to do next. This is quite nice. I feel like usually I feel like a bit, not stressed, but I feel like usually I have like loads of stuff that I need to do, and once I do have some stuff that I need to do, like I'm not like stressed by it, you know. I'm like, oh, I'm putting a jumper in the washing machine and I'm finishing my project, which will take me like an hour. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and let's go hang out. Also, my partner has left for work, but he's also abandoning me. He's going to see he's going to see his parents, so he's leaving straight from his office to go and see his parents. He's gonna sleep over at his parents' house, and then he's coming home like tomorrow evening, like yeah, like evening time. So I basically am gonna be alone for all of today and then most of tomorrow. So if this becomes like a very yappy vlog, you know why, because it's just me and you guys and my rabbit and Lucy, of course, but like, you know, it's a very one-sided conversation, but I suppose this is also one. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna do the things that I said I was gonna do. I finished it. It looks so good. I love it so much. It looks so good. Look how fun. So I just did all of the things that I needed to finish. I finished off doing the ties on the sleeve, and then I did the ties on the front. Obviously it looks a bit cray at the moment because of all the ends, but yeah, it looks so good. I'm gonna go block it now, and yeah, wish for the best basically. In terms of blocking, like I don't think I need to adjust too much. I feel like the fit is actually really good. The main thing is that I just want to adjust like the length of the sleeves. The sleeves are like short by maybe about 2 inches or something like that, 1.5 2 inches. But yeah, it looks really fun. I am so pleased with how this has turned out. So yeah, I'm gonna go block it, and then I'm gonna figure out what to do next. I don't know what project I need to do, or I want to do even. Okay, all right, gonna go block it. Okay, so my cardigan is blocking, the washing machine is still going, and I've had some lunch. I've put away my kind of like leftover yarn from my cardigan, and now I'm going to be starting a new project. I'm going to be using this black Papacha yarn, and this is the same brand yarn. It's upside down. Same brand yarn that I used for my cardigan and also for my Blossom cardigan. Really want to crochet a fun little like lace square patchwork vest. So I'm gonna figure out what kind of squares I want to do, and we're gonna go from there. I also haven't decided if I want to do like a pattern or a video pattern or whatever. I firstly just really want to figure out what kind of squares I want for this vest. So that's what I'm gonna do first. I'm also watching Grosse Pointe Garden Society or something like that. It's got like a really long name. I'm really enjoying this. This feels like a mixture of Desperate Housewives and How to Get Away with Murder, but like in a more fun way. And I'm only on like episode 2, episode 3. It's really fun. It basically is very much like, it like starts with like the characters covering up a murder, and it's like you don't know who they've killed and you don't know why they've killed, you know, it kind of like flips back between them dealing with the murder and also before the murder, which I think is really fun. Oh my lord, this has taken so long. So I found 2 squares that I liked, and I usually, whenever I kind of find like a lace pattern or whatever, I usually like do a few sample swatches, whatever. So this is the second square. Just put my tummy away, I feel like Winnie the Pooh. This is the second square that I did, and this is probably a really bad way for me to show you because obviously it's see-through and I'm wearing black. Let me figure out a good way to show you what it actually looks like. Can you see it better? Oh, it's the white dog. Crochet pillow. Like this. Better? Yes. Okay, so this is why am I doing this? This is square number 1. Well, this is the second square that I've tried, and it's so big. It's so big. There's another round. I don't know how many rounds it is. Let me count. Maybe I should just get my shit together. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there would be an 11th round. That is nuts. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Lovely. Really nice. Very easy as well. It's got these lovely kind of like picot corners as well. And it looks really nice. But it's just too big. Please, my rabbit is doing stuff. Can you hear him? What are you doing, you crazy bitch? Yes? He's got the zoomies. Okay, so yes, this is the square that I don't think I'll be doing. Anyway, this is the second option, and let me get my pillow back. So this is option number 2. Obviously it's a lot smaller. I really like this also. I really love the kind of like very obvious flower motif in the center. I don't know, let's figure it out. I am back home now. I went to the gym this morning. I just did a really long walk and I watched some of the My Hero Academia movie. It's like the latest one. It's not Heroes Rising and it's not the first one. It's like I think it's, the fuck is it called? Let me check. It's called You're Next. I got like an hour and I just did like a long hour walk. And then I went to the Asian supermarket, I picked up some snacks, and now I'm back home. I've eaten my lunch and I'm gonna start crocheting. I just watched an episode of This Is Going to Hurt whilst I had my lunch. I've never watched it before, I've never read the book or anything, and I don't think this is the vibe for what I want to watch currently because it seems like it's going to be quite, not dark, but quite like, you know, intense. The storyline is basically we're following a surgeon, I think he's a doctor, who works in like the maternity ward delivering babies and stuff. And it's just quite, especially being based in England, which is where the show is based, and you know how the NHS is and stuff, and there's like quite a bit of racism in the first episode. It's quite horrible actually, because I'm like, oh, this is actually what it's like Like, this is what these doctors are actually going through, because I believe it's based off of a book, and the author of the book was actually like, it's about, he kind of did it about his life, you know. And yeah, I was like, actually, I don't think I want to experience this right now. But yeah, I feel like the vibe that I want is not that. So I think I'm gonna try and watch something else. I caught up with all of the Grosse Pointe Garden Society episodes yesterday. I think they're doing like an episode a week, and I watched like the first 10 or 11 episodes, and I think there's only like a couple left. So if you like those kind of like murder mystery shows where it's like a little bit serious, there's loads of drama, and it's like a very messy kind of situation, I think you'd enjoy it. But it's a really good show. It's like the perfect level of like dark comedy, mystery, murder mystery sort of vibe. So I'm really enjoying that, and I'm very much looking forward to the final few episodes. But I think I'm gonna watch The Residents. It's a new show that's come out on Netflix, and I don't really know anything about it. I know it's like another murder mystery sort of thing. I've been watching so many like murder mystery things recently, but it seems quite fun, and I was like, I need something chilled, and I need something not super intense and super serious. I feel like This Is Going to Hurt is just like not the vibe that I want right now. But let me talk to you about the crocheting I did. So I was obviously working on the lacy squares. I did how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 8 squares, and I'm doing like a join as you go method, and I think they look really cute. It's going really well, and it's such a simple square. There's 3 rounds. But yeah, I think it's looking really good. I don't have any other plans today. I was gonna write some of the pattern for the tie front cardigan, and actually now I remembered I need to do one work related thing that's kind of like time sensitive. So once I finish talking, I will go and film that. Go and do that. Also, I did my nails. They have these like little clowns on. I did like an attempt at an aura nail, and then there's some chrome on there and some kind of like sparkly shimmer. They look so good. I'm really pleased with how these have turned out. Probably like one of my most favorite sets that I've done actually. Oh, and here are my thumbs. The thumbs are so cute. I love them. But yeah, they're really adorable. I really love having my long nails back. I'm so glad that I've got them back. I always get asked like if my long nails ever get in the way of crocheting, and the short answer is no. I love having long nails. I just think I look so much better. I feel like they suit my hands really nicely. But yeah, they don't get in the way of crocheting at all. Obviously there's like a little bit of an adjustment, like as soon as like, because before I had shorter nails, and then when I put these on I was like, oh, I need to kind of adjust like how I type and like how I use my phone and stuff, but I can still do everything. There is quite literally nothing that I can't do with long nails, and it doesn't get in the way of my crocheting at all, to be honest. And because as well, where I put stickers on, I've also had people ask if the yarn gets stuck under the stickers. No. Again, I just put a top coat on. It's really that simple. I don't know why people would assume that you would be able to get yarn stuck under the stickers, unless you are literally thinking that they're just like a sticker. But it's like, it's a nail sticker, and then I put a top coat on. Anyway, but yes, that's what I'm going to do. It's going well, and I'm going to do that work thing before I forget, and then I'm going to do some crocheting. Hi friends. So I finished a couple of episodes of The Residents, and I've just finished my kind of second row. I think they look adorable. Obviously they're a bit kind of like, you know, curved up and stuff, like on the edges and the corners and stuff, so I think a block is really just gonna help flatten everything out. But it's a really cute, very pretty pattern, and yeah, I think it's going well. So I've watched 2 episodes of The Residents, and it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like wowed by it, you know. It feels very like Netflix vibe. It seems fun, you know. It's not like taking itself too seriously. And then I keep seeing loads of promo about the new Final Destination movie, so I just downloaded all 5 of the movies so I can do a rewatch before I watch Bloodlines, because I think Bloodlines comes out maybe today or tomorrow. It comes out really soon, like in the next couple of days, so I obviously want to watch it at the cinema because I am a fucking millennial. I grew up with these films. These films don't scare me. I don't think that they're scary. I just find them, I just enjoy them. I really enjoy them, and I always have. And it's so funny because I didn't realize that the first one came out in 2000, so I would have been 8 years old when it came out. I'm pretty sure I watched it at like a friend's sleepover, maybe like a couple of years after it came out, so I probably would have been like maybe 10, maybe 11, and I'm like, wow, I was far too young to be watching Final Destination. No wonder it traumatized us all, you know. Like, I feel like millennials in particular obviously were kind of like the ripe age for these movies to traumatize us. So I'm gonna watch the 3rd movie, which is my favorite out of all 5 of them. It's the roller coaster one with Mary Winstead, I think I want to say her name is, the one who's in Scott Pilgrim. It's the best one in my opinion. It's my favorite. So I'm gonna watch that, and I watched the second one not so long ago with my partner, so I think I'm gonna watch the third one and then I'll watch the first one. But yeah, the rest is going good. I'm gonna watch my movie. I've got my little bowl of snack, so let's watch the scary film. Good morning, friends. It is a new day. I am in my pajamas, but it is Sunday and I'm on my period. My period was like really late, like really late, and it just arrived in the night time, in the dead of night, like the midnight bleeder. And yeah, I'm not feeling great, if I'm being honest. I'm taking painkillers and I'm just, you know, I'm bleeding, so I'm not having a fun time. My boobs are also very sore. Maybe that's TMI. Maybe we should talk about it more. Anyway, I have been working on my little lacy vest. It's going really well. I have also just checked my asymmetrical jacket and it's dry already. I think because it's so much warmer, it's dried really fast. And great news is that my tie front cardigan is also very nearly dry. But yeah, let me show you how my vest is looking. I did just finish off the front panel. It looks really good. I'm gonna work on the second front panel today and then hopefully make a start on the back panel, but this is working up real nice and quick, really nice and quick. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn, but ideally obviously I would like to have it in all black, and if I don't have enough yarn, I do have like a really nice dark purple that I can use for like the finishing touches around the edge, because I think I'll have enough yarn for the actual vest construction, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for like the kind of finishing details around the edges and like the tie front and stuff like that. So I'll see how I go. It is very optimistic of me to just want to make something out of 200 grams of yarn. If you're plus size as well, 200 grams of yarn does not get you very far in any kind of garment. So I was very much pushing my luck anyway. I thought because I was doing lace, obviously like it's a bit gappier, it's not as, I'm not using as much yarn when you use crochet lace. The aeroplane is very loud. I'm so sorry. Every time. Are you done? Okay, I think it's done. Yes, I'm going to continue working on this. It's a really nice, fun little project. And as well, the great thing is that the squares are just 3 rounds. So you kind of get that like really nice hit of dopamine every time you finish a square. And as well, it's join as you go. So it's not like you've made a bunch of squares and then, oh my God, I've got to join them all. Because you're doing it along the way, which is great. So one of my favorite things about the join as you go method, because it kind of just feels like you're working up the garment really quickly because each square works up quite quickly as well. I am going to be doing a little video pattern for this, just because I feel like it's a really simple make and I really like doing video patterns. I think they are helpful to people who are visual learners and who maybe like learn to crochet via YouTube and like don't really know how to read a written pattern. And also it means that like I still get paid for my labor, you know, because as much as I am wanting to do some more YouTube tutorials and free patterns and stuff, I'm not monetized on YouTube. So for me it's obviously quite a lot of work to put into doing a whole video tutorial and then not getting anything from it, you know. And I don't mind doing that for some of my simpler makes, but for things that obviously I think are quite complex, or things that I think are maybe just like a little bit more detailed and like have taken me a little bit more mental capacity to figure out how to do, I would like to get paid for them, and I think that that's okay. I'm going to watch some TV. Maybe I think I might watch the rest of The Residents, or I may watch a movie. I did watch Final Destination 1 yesterday as well, and then I think Final Destination 5. I've basically been watching them all out of order. I don't know why I do that, but I think it's just because I have my favourites, so I'm like, I want to watch my favourites. And I watched 2 not that long, like Final Destination 2 not that long ago, so I was like, I don't want to re-watch 2 because it's still very fresh in my mind. Anyway, whatever, nobody cares. I'm gonna go crochet. friends, I have just finished putting away all of my clothes and like doing my chores and stuff, and my cardigan is properly dry, so I'm just gonna weave in the ends. I am so surprised that it's taken such a short amount of time for it to dry, but yeah, it's looking really good. It looks like it's blocked really nicely as well. Like, I don't think it's kind of hugely affected the drape, because I feel like the drape was really good to begin with anyway, like due to the fact I was using a thin yarn, and also this stitch is really good for clothing. It just kind of gives it such a nice textured fabric, but like really light and airy at the same time, and very like flowy, you know. Also, if you can hear the fan going, sorry, it's quite hot today. I have to have the fan on because I get really overstimulated in the heat. I would have the windows open, but my neighbors are actually just quite loud, and like, it's okay. It's not like they're being excessively loud. They're literally just living, and unfortunately all of us having our windows open means that like I'm gonna be able to hear my neighbors more, you know. One of them's got a baby, one of them's got a dog, you know, so like it's just quite loud, and I get very overstimulated in the heat anyway, let alone when like I can hear a lot of outside noises and stuff. I would wear my ear defenders, but because they're obviously so tight, they kind of crush my head after a little while, and where it's hot, I obviously don't really want to add anything to make myself hotter. So if a fan will help and having the windows closed in this room will help, then I will do that. Yeah, I'm so pleased with this cardigan. I was gonna write up some of the pattern today, but like I just can't really be bothered, so I've written up most of it. I think I just need to do the part for like the sleeves, maybe probably about 3/4 of the way through. It's like a good little chunk for me to finish still, and then I need to obviously edit it and add the pictures and all of that fun stuff. So basically what I've done is that obviously it's a written pattern, but I've done a separate video where I show you how to do the stitch pattern, so it's kind of like you watch it alongside reading the pattern. So the pattern will obviously tell you the stitches, and in the visual guide I'll show you everything. So I think it's good for people who know how to crochet and are kind of like, I can read a written pattern, and maybe like know-ish how to read a written pattern, but they're not as confident in them, that they just need that little kind of visual aid to make sure that what they're doing is what they're doing correctly, you know. So it's not like a full video tutorial, it's just a guide. And if the pattern's ready by the time this video comes out, I will obviously link it in the description. But I think this is going to be so nice. I'm really looking forward to wearing it with like a couple of summer dresses that I have, and like I have a really nice maxi skirt that I think it will go really nicely with. I also think just like with a white t-shirt and jeans as well will look really cute, and I feel like with this color palette and the fit that I've gone for, it's going to be a really versatile piece for me in my wardrobe. So I'm really looking forward to wearing this.